Pastors David and Joy Brown, the executive pastors here at Central Triad Church. And we're so glad that you're joining us today. Day 2 of our 21-day prayer and fast that we're doing here as a corporate body at Central Triad Church. And I don't know about you, day 2, hey, we're getting into the flow of things. You know, we got through day 1, getting into the flow of things. And I'm so excited to see what God's going to do at the end of these 21 days. I know that there are things I'm praying about, that I'm seeking God's direction for, and believing that at the end of 21 days, something phenomenal is going to take place. Believing that. And I want you to do the same. I want to encourage you to believe that. It's going to be worth the sacrifice and the time that you put into it to see this to come to fruition. It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be worth it. And today's subject matter that we're going to be talking about is confession and cleansing. And you may say, okay, well, I know what confession is and I know what cleansing is, but I want to kind of remind you just a little bit. Confession is to tell or to make known or to expose. And you know, God already knows everything about us. He already understands what makes us tick, makes us go. But He sometimes is just wanting to see if we're going to expose those things and be real with Him, so that He can do that inner cleansing and do what He's wanting to do with us to make us that vessel that He's going to be able to use in His kingdom. And so just to kind of lay a better outline here, I want to have Pastor Joy to take and read a couple of scriptures for you, and then we'll dig into that for just a moment.
The first one is Proverbs 4:23, where it says, "Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life."
Now, the heart is going to lead an individual to do things good, bad, or indifferent. So I think that's great to make sure that we guard our heart so that He doesn't plant those seeds that bring about a harvest that we really don't want. Again, that's about that confession. Get those things that are buried deep inside of us, get them exposed so God can begin to cleanse those out of us and heal us from those things. Now, I think you got one more scripture too.
I do, but before I go on, it's like when you guard something, if you guard something, you're protecting it. You're protecting it from the enemy, like your children. You're guarding your children from playing in the street or doing, going down the wrong path, and you guard them. And it's the same way you do with your heart. You have to protect it from the enemy and make sure that it's valued.
I think she has one more scripture she wants to share with us right now too.
Psalms 139:23 and 24 says this: "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts." 24, "Point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life."
And I think you have a saying there, exposed
things have no power.
Exposed things have no power. And so God is wanting us to He knows it, but He wants us to realize it and to be true with Him.
Yeah, pick it out and tell Him about it, and tell Him, "Search me, O God," and point out those things in me. And this is the time, to me, what I do during fasting and prayer is I point out those things to God and say, "Search me, Lord. This, and I might have, but you know my real heart. You know what else is in there that needs to come out. So search me. Anything that's not like you, pluck it out by the roots. Take it all the way out and show it, expose it, so that it doesn't have power over me and it doesn't keep me pressed down and kept in anxiety."
So as you go through this day, day 2 of our fasting and prayer, pray those things. Lord, create in me a clean heart. Search me, O Lord, and be truthful to Him. He just wants to hear you confess those things that you know are hidden deep inside of you, so that He can begin to cleanse and to heal everything that has happened to you, every scar, so that the enemy no longer has that root inside of you and you can accomplish what God's called you to do. There's an awesome tool that I'd like to make you aware of if you do not have this book yet, and that is Pray Like a Pro, which is written by our very own Pastor Carlene Kelly. It is a phenomenal book that teaches you how to pray and go through this time of seeking the face of God. And you can get that online at our bookstore, centraltriadchurch.com, or you can go to our app, and it's there at the bookstore, and you can purchase it there. And we just want you to know, here at Central Triad Church, we're behind you, we're supporting you as a pastoral staff, believing great things are coming your way. And don't forget, Central Triad Church, the place where we're transforming lives,
produce believers,
and impacting the world for Jesus Christ.